Two games of hoops on a Sunday night. OKC takes care of business, even though it was at the fourth quarter, but they, in the end, took care of business. And the Pacers have one of the greatest wins I've ever seen. Let's get into it. My name is Shlomo Stark,
My name is Levi Jacob.
and this is the NBA Daily Recap in 15 minutes or less. Levy, I don't know what I want to talk about first, so I'm going to let you decide.
Uh, I think that we should talk about the elephant in the basketball elephant in the room. The Indiana Pacers absolutely destroying the Cleveland Cavaliers.
It was nice. I always bring everything back to the Knicks. It was nice knowing that we weren't the biggest blowout of the weekend. So that part really. Listen, the Pacers did exactly what I really, really hope we're going to do in game four, which is start out from the gate, just offense and defense, and stepping on their throats and saying, you cannot come back from 3-1. It is really, really hard to come back from 3-1. And if I were to tell you, Levy, that Tyrese Halliburton scored, all I were to say was Tyrese Halliburton had 11 points and 5 assists and played 26 minutes, you would tell me Cleveland blew them out. I think. Am I right?
Yeah, or at least he'd have he had a bad game, you know?
Well, obviously he had a bad game.
No, like
But
the truth is that the game wasn't so bad. Like meaning in the grand,
well,
so
we
we
only know what no Pacer played badly.
yeah.
But anyway, phenomenal showing by the Pacers. Miles Turner didn't miss in the second quarter. He may have actually missed, but it felt like he wasn't gonna miss. Um,
I came up with
it was,
a little if I was an announcer, I'd be like Miles Turner is like a big Legos guy.
I didn't know that, but okay.
He's a big time nerd, and he has like massive Legos. So I was like, in my brain, I was like, it'd be really good if they were like, he's like, going at Cleveland like they just broke his Death Star into a million pieces. Like
That's funny.
he really
I
like
wonder.
went all
I
out.
wonder if I wonder if the announcers even knew he was a Lego guy. Um, no, but it was truly a domination from start to finish, and it also what I liked about it is that all the Cavs were healthy. And you want to say like Garland's toes really affected him. He was their best player. So
Well,
like
I
no
think
excuse
it's
for the
worth
Cavs.
noting that Mitchell went out after the half with an ankle injury, but they were
It was over at the half. I don't want to
yeah.
hear that. It's not worth noting actually. It's worth noting for the bigger picture storyline of that you not having Mitchell is bad. But in
Well,
terms of
I think listen, the fact that they scored 80 points in the half, they almost were almost up 40. Um, I think or they were up 40, 41, right?
41 at the half.
Um, I think that it's possible that it wouldn't have looked as bad, quote unquote, but it was yeah. When you were like we were talking about how we were watching. I watched like the first half, and you watched the third, like also into the third quarter, and they just like there was a point at which Matherin and Hunter got into it, and then Hunter pushed him, and then Matherin got ejected, and blah blah blah. And from that point on, they just didn't look back. Like the Pacers just went all out.
Yeah, great,
Amazing.
great ejection. Also Obi Toppin had a Julius Irving callback. That was cool. That was cool. Didn't see that coming.
Or like
Le-
his whole play, the whole game, the whole game was insane. He was really really great for them, which is it was like just not expected at all.
yes, it wasn't expected. This whole thing wasn't expected. And listen, I, are the Cleveland Cavaliers like I've been saying it all year, and then I got convinced by like Bill Simmons and some others, like my mom, of like their record's really good, but the Cavs are frauds.
I don't
They've
know.
never performed in the playoffs.
That's true, but I think Donovan Mitchell has, to be fair, and even
No,
he's
no,
like a hard time.
Cavs are frauds.
No, I know what I'm saying, but Donovan Mitchell, I mean, he was
Don-
ultra performing. The issue, what?
Donovan Mitchell's amazing.
Yeah. Um, the issue though is that like whatever the health thing is a whole other thing. I think also the Pacers right now, like if you put the Pacers against anybody right now, playing how they're playing,
I don't want to hear that.
why?
The Ca- because the Cavs are were supposed to be before the playoffs started. It was the Cavs, the Thunder, and the Celtics. The Cavs, not nobody said maybe Bill Simmons a little bit. He said watch out for this Pacers team, but nobody was putting the Pacers in the group of that three.
Oh, 100%. But I'm saying, but if you had the Pacers up against the Celtics right now, if you had them up against the Knicks, if you had them up against the Nuggets, if you had they're putting on a really good series. Like this team is playing. They're the real deal right now.
I agree with that. And all I'm saying is the Cavs have been favored in every game and have disappointed in three of the four. And it is because the Cavaliers are not a good team for the playoffs. They don't show up in the playoffs. It didn't show up last year. They didn't show up 2 years ago. They are a regular season team. They remind me of the Mitchell Gobert Jazz teams. Ironically, Mitchell's on them as well,
Yeah.
which is a coincidence. They have a good player in Donovan Mitchell. They have a good defensive anchor in Gobert or Mobley. They have an amazing regular season team, one seed by far. Come playoff time, no one's really afraid of you.
Yeah. Um, I was wondering to myself if the Cavs lose this series. I was thinking that maybe the piece that moves is Garland, actually.
Um,
He just hasn't been able to be on the court for them, and he's amazing. He's a very good player when he's able to be out there, but this is 2 years in a row that he hasn't been able to be the running mate of Mitchell. And
I
Allen
think
has
they,
this, huh?
I think they run it back,
I think
and
that
they'll
they,
will get better. And
I just,
like,
I don't disagree with you, but I do think that Donovan Mitchell will not recover from this, like mentally.
could be. He's always been good. He
Yeah.
elevates his game in the playoffs. He's phenomenal. I love Donovan Mitchell. I was on record being upset that we didn't get him over Brunson, which now I'm thrilled about. But like when it was happening, it was like, of course you want Mitchell over Brunson. Mitchell's amazing. And the Cavs like came out of left field with his Godfather offer for him because he's great and he's been great this year. But yeah, they got him. I think they're gonna run it back and probably move Jared Allen. That's my bet.
Could be. All right.
The league, someone like that could offer something good for him.
For Jerry Allen? Could be.
Okay, next, Denver gives OKC a scare, but OKC ends up with a victory, 92 to 87. Uh, this game, I would say, was the first game of the series where I thought these teams just looked even, and which makes sense because it's tied 2-2. Um, but the Thunder, it was the first game really one of the first games all season where the Thunder came through in the fourth quarter. They've had less than 30 games, least in the league in the clutch, because they're always destroying teams. So they have very few games that are actually close with the last 5 minutes. And the Denver has typically won those games, but not tonight. The Thunder pulled through.
Um,
So
yeah. It, I think game one, they also performed well. The problem ended up being the fact um, that they had that coaching issue where they fouled when they were up because that way
yeah,
Vegas could make up for it.
yeah, I don't really like blaming that on the loss. That's like when with the Thunder Nuggets because the Thunder are favored by like by 12 points. So when you start blatant loss on that, like, no, it was there's 3.5 other quarters before that play. Like they should be destroying them offensively and defensively. That last play was why they lost by, they actually lost the game by like 1 or 2 points. But they were favored by 10.5 points.
I don't know.
They
I don't know if I agree with that in regards to matchups. I don't think that's how matchups work. Like I hear you, but at the same time, that's just not how. Like because the analytics say something and because the numbers say something doesn't mean that that's what I'm now holding to.
when you when we predicted it, you predicted the Thunder would blow them out game one.
Game, I don't know if that's true. Blow that out game one. I think that there's a chance. No, I don't think that. I think I said that it would be a lot closer. It'd be even because the Thunder did what they did tonight. I thought the Thunder were going to do what they did tonight, which is on defense you have one man fronting in front of Jokic in Hartenstein, and then you have Chet kind of be the help defender on him, and that's the only way that you can really do anything with Jokic. Uh, this was the best. I think Bill Simmons also said it. This was the best defensively looked in the series, the Thunder. Um, I was telling somebody that I think that it's funny to me because this looked like when you have like a JV and a varsity play against each other, and the JV is more talented, so the varsity is like, okay, fine, so we're just gonna deck you. That's what's gonna happen. Like there was so much physicality, and you really noticed it on OKC's end that they just didn't have anybody who like between Jokic and Aaron Gordon just flying around knocking people out of out of the air, like it was difficult for them. Um,
Yeah.
but they were able to pull it out. They played really good basketball.
Yeah, and I want to give props. Just first, good job, Thunder, getting the win. And you wanted you wanted it when Denver was up 2-1. You had to make it 2-2. Like the game four was key. I love game fours. I've said this in the pod. Now you're 2-2 going back to OKC. That's exactly where you want to be. It's a new series, best of three. Thunder should win. Um, I really think that Aaron Gordon has become like I think I would take Jamal Murray over him,
Mhm.
but I think I'm at the place now where I need to think about it because Aaron Gordon has been so phenomenal this series and has really stepped
Playoffs.
up. And yeah, last series also, and I've been really really impressed with him. And he's just been perfect for this team. He's the definition of like someone would try to trade for him, but he's worth more to the Nuggets than he's worth to any other team.
Right. Whereas I think that with the Nuggets, honestly, like if they traded Murray and they just got a reliable 3-point shooter who's able to be a better perimeter threat than Murray, like Murray's explosive, that's why he's like dangerous, like he could all of a sudden be, scoring a crazy amount. But I think that the function could be filled by somebody else. Like if you had like Jordan Poole there instead of Jamal Murray, like, would that be such a crazy? I understand. I get it. Everybody hates Jordan Poole. I understand. If you put him in a good system, though, I think that he'd be a good player still.
Tough take. Tough take. He's one of the worst players in the league. He's in like the Kyle Kuzma area for me.
No, that's not. That's not even close. Kyle Kuzma is on his own deserted island. Is where Kyle Kuzma is in regards to the players in the league. Uh,
I don't think Jokic could handle Jordan Poole and Westbrook. It's
yes.
like
No, but he loves Westbrook too much. He loves
no, he was. Oh, you can only have one guy making bad. Oh my gosh, sorry, I yawned. That's really unprofessional on the podcast. You could only have guy making really bad basketball decisions.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, predictions: Knicks, Celtics, Game 4 in the Garden. We've been down by 20 every game in this series. We came back games 1 and 2, failed to go on a run in game 3. I'm predicting a Jalen Brunson legacy game and a Knicks blowout in game 4.
I think I'm with you on this, which is bizarre. I actually think that the Knicks are gonna win Game 3. I think it's gonna go to 7, and I don't know who's gonna win that 7, but I think the Knicks win Game 3.
You mean game four?
Yeah, that one. The Knicks definitely didn't win Game 3.
But you think the Knicks will win game four, but it'll go to seven?
Yeah,
Nah. They're winning game four, and then we're gonna break Boston in game five.
I hope that'd be nice.
Knicks in five. Knicks in five. Okay.
We just
You're right. Minnesota Golden State, I got them. You're right. Um, I don't know why Minnesota's only favored by five. Still no Steph. I am Minnesota blowing them out.
Yeah, we need a ant game. Like I feel like this is like an easy take. You know what I'm saying? We didn't discuss this by the way. Do you think that Pacers Cavs is over next game?
Um, I don't know. No, not necessarily. It could go six.
Right.
Um, yeah, I have to think about it.
Well,
Yeah, yeah, that's why we didn't discuss it because we didn't it's not time to predict that game yet. But no, I don't think it's over. Meaning, I think that I like I think the series is over, but not necessarily in five.
okay.
Um, yeah.
Remember when I asked you earlier this season which team you'd like to win, and you said the Knicks? I need an answer other than that right now.
Oh, which team do I want to get Cooper Flag?
Yeah,
The Hornets.
Hornets. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. Um,
I think I'll just do a quick Hornets thing. I think that the Hornets, um, Levy, turn the TikTok camera on. I think that the Hornet, I think that the Hornets are going to be next year's Detroit. Um, I think that they're a phenomenal team. They had the year from hell this past season, but LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, I hope a really good draft pick, Mark Williams, Bridges. They have a really, really good team. Had a lot of bad injury luck this year, and I think they're gonna be able to take it to the next level. They're
um,
gonna come out of the gates, go. They're gonna come out of the gates attacking.
I was listening to Bill Simmons last night. He went over like his like hierarchy of who he thinks most appropriately got into position to have the number one overall pick, essentially. A team that he mentioned that was a very, very interesting thing to think about was the Trailblazers. I would love to see that happen. They don't have like the highest odds, whatever. If it wasn't the Trailblazers,
Why do you want it to happen for Denny? For Denny, I mean.
no, I think Denny would be fine with him. Like meaning like Cooper Flag, I think is going to be an additive piece to wherever he goes. He's like a very he's a very good player overall. He's not going to take away a lot from Denny. And I just think that it'd be
I
fun
don't
to
think he takes away from any team he joins.
right. So I'm saying I think that it'd be like a lot of fun to not only give Denny
No, I'm
more.
asking, do you want the Blazers because of Denny? Like you want him, like you want Denny to be more likely to win. That was my
No,
question.
I'm saying it like I think that the Blazers are a very fun young team. I think is managed pretty well, and I think that his like potential would not be like affected by going there. Like I wouldn't want him to go to the Pelicans, you know?
Oh, the Pelicans, I'd feel so bad for him.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't want to see that again. I don't want to see another Zion. I want him to be able to like be, you know,
Although if he goes to the Pelicans, I'm going to talk myself into the Pelicans.
I don't think I can until like it just no. No.
I totally would. Um, okay, great. So we'll see what happens. He's probably going to the Spurs. Let's be real.
That'd be really I don't want that to happen either.
I think that that's my prediction. That's not what I want, but it's my prediction.
It'd be so stupid.
The Spurs could get him and then trade Castle for Giannis.
How does that happen?
What do you mean, Castle and picks for Giannis?
No, they wouldn't do that.
Why
That's a
not?
great he's a great player, but he's it's just that's not enough of a return.
No, and all the picks. They have a ton of picks.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Like he's the
Yeah, but you have
what
to remember
called?
you have to remember that you're trading like meaning if it's their own picks, it's a different story because they're trading Giannis there. If it's somebody else's picks, I hear the argument.
No, they have other teams' picks.
Oh, really? Oh, they have like the Hawks
Like they
picks,
have
right?
the Hawks pick. They have like a lot of picks. So I'm saying if they could put in some like I don't know, they throw in Keldon Johnson, whatever it is, like a castle-based package with picks for Giannis is not like so crazy because it depends what the offers are out there. But I'm saying you want to get a good young player. This is the rookie of the year.
I feel like you
So
have to. I feel like you don't even have to give up. You don't have to give up Castle at that point. I feel like you could do it with a Keldon Johnson and a Devin Vassell and a couple of picks.
if I'm the Bucks, I'm getting an amazing player back. Like Bill Simmons talks about how the Rockets can't put Thompson in a trade for Giannis. Um, and I think like he has to be in. If I'm the Bucks, I'm saying fine, I'll give Giannis to someone else.
Right,
Like
but
if
that's how
I'm the
negotiating
Bucks,
works.
I'm getting no. I'm saying, but the Bucks have all the leverage because everyone wants Giannis. So I want the best player I could get back for Giannis. I'm not looking for draft picks, or I can keep him. Giannis is under contract. So I'm in no rush to trade him. So I'm just getting if I'm the Bucks, man, like that's not usually how NBA trade works because I think the GMs are really stupid. But if I'm the Bucks, if I'm the Bucks GM, if I'm trading with the Rockets, I'm man's in the conversation or we're not talking. If I'm trading with the Suns, it's it's Booker. It's not Durant. If I'm trading with the with the Spurs, I want Castle. If I'm trading with I don't know if I'm trading with the Knicks, it's got to be like Towns, Hart, like all their good, like a bunch of their good players. Basically, everyone except Brunson. Like it's you just need to be like if I'm trading with the Heat, I'm getting Bam. Like I'm not. There's no reason why they shouldn't. He's the number. He's probably the second best player in the league. Even though he was third for MVP this year, probably the second best player.
Yeah,
He's probably the second best player in the league, and like he's under contract for a couple years. Like you should get a lot for him.
right. I wonder.
Like why would I? If I'm the Bucks, why would I trade him for Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, and picks? Like why would I do that?
Let's give yourself a future.
No, so Castle and picks.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's one. I don't know. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just think that Castle is not the needle mover that I think that they would want. I think
You
it's
said Devin Vassell and Keldon Johnson are?
I think that's more like it's not it's not they are, but I think that
They're worse
like
than him.
yeah, 100%. But I'm saying, but I think that it spreads out the talent a little more evenly, and it could lend itself to you like rebuilding faster, essentially.
Here. Meaning I disagree, but I don't know how
Yeah,
to
no, that's fine.
I don't know how to like
Agree to
how to
disagree.
like
We can end
end
it
it.
there.
I don't know how to like end it. Anyway, that was the NBA Daily Recap in 15 minutes or less. I want to thank you, Levi, for co-hosting, for producing, and just for being an all-around good guy. I want to thank you for listening.